Hello and welcome to this section. In this section, we will learn the content related to printing Canvas. This section mainly includes the following 3 knowledge points: Introduction to Canvas, content related to printing Canvas, and our practical explanation. First, let's go to the first section, the Introduction to Canvas. First of all, we need to understand what our canvas is. It is a bitmap environment that depends on resolution. It supports drawing graphics in time through JavaScript. It can be used to draw and render graphics, create animation, process images and text, and combine with standard features. The canvas has more humorous graphics capabilities and can be used to create complete application programs, even 2D and 3D web game. So in what scenario will we use our canvas? Generally speaking, it mainly includes the following scenarios. The first scenario requires very excellent animation performance and performance. How do we understand this? We can understand that when we need to make very cool animation effects and very cool H5, we need to use Canvas. Secondly, when we need an object-oriented processing, what is called our object-oriented processing? This is a series of operations for selecting objects, generating objects, and copying objects. In other words, when we make a series of Canvas-related games, we need to use our canvas. As for our object-oriented processing, we will explain it in detail in the next class. So let's go back to the content in this lesson. Let's first understand what our canvas printing is. The content of the canvas printing is very simple. Its core function is to generate a picture from the designated area of the canvas. What is to generate a picture from the designated area of our canvas? Here I will give you a simple demonstration. First, we open the name of our editor application and select it as a printing canvas. Here, we can select Absolute Positioning Environment and then click Create. We will create such an absolute positioning environment and then develop a good habit. We will first add a page under the front end, and then we will select this one for a page like this. We add a canvas under this page. The adding method is also very simple. Because we are now in an absolute positioning environment, we can draw the size of the canvas freely. For example, we draw a canvas here, and the canvas is drawn. Then we change the background color of the canvas a little. Let's have a look. Then we add a series of elements in the canvas. For example, I add a circle here, and then we add a text on the canvas. We ignore the text. Then we select our canvas, and we add a picture under the canvas, so that we can add some basic elements allocated to the canvas, our canvas. Let's look back at the definition of print canvas. The function of print canvas is to generate an image from the elements in the specified area. Since it can generate an image, we will add another image under our page. Let's pick up one of our canvases. Here we also pull an image about the size of canvas. We won't make a copy of the picture. Okay, then we can add a button to trigger such an event under such a page. What is the name of this event? It's called our print. When we click print, we will print the elements in the transfer. Based on the event we learned before, when I click this button, I want me to print on the canvas. Who is the trigger object? Is it such a button? So we add an event to the button. What do we need to do when the button is clicked? Print canvas, so select our canvas. Then what to do next is that we have such a content in the action, called our print canvas. We click the print canvas, and we can see that there is a picture format here, whether to print the background color starting point X, then starting point Y, and the width and height of our print area. Then first, we don't write our X, Y, and our print the width and height of. We directly choose the default format, and then we do not let him to print the background color. When it is completed, prove that such a print action is generated. Then what does it generate? Print the canvas and finally generate a picture, right? So we can select our picture and assign a value to it. Here we set a picture address, which is equal to the printed picture in our drop-down menu. Remember, the drop-down menu here is also our association parameter. What is our association parameter? It is because we executed such an action of printing transfer that we can find such a content as printed pictures in the drop-down menu. If it is not such an action as a printed canvas, it cannot find such a content as a printed picture. Here we have a preview to see the effect. Here we directly click a print, and you can see that all the pixels in this picture are printed in such a picture. Here we can also open our inspection, and then we can see that this is a new picture, so we can get a series of pictures in this picture element, so we understand that the final product of printing canvas is to generate a picture. So what is the specified area? In fact, the specified area is very simple, which is matched with our origin of X and Y and its printing width and height. For example, if I don't write all here, he will print our whole canvas. Then, when I choose to print, I can see that it is almost from such a position to a position here. Here is just a starting point of 70, and then the width is 140, and the pictures are printed below. Then, similarly, if you want it to print its background color, you check it here, and then it will print our background color together. Therefore, this is a usage of printing canvas, that is, we can define its starting point and its final width and height to determine the range we want to print. If there is nothing written in it, it is called to print all the elements in the canvas by default. Then if you need the background, you can tick 10. Generally speaking, we don't need a background color. Then we finish the explanation of printing canvas. Then we cooperate with our printing canvas to show you a very interesting application that we often see in our daily life. And what kind of application is? Let's give you a simple demonstration. Here is a demonstration of our practice. First, when we enter such a page, it will directly get our avatar and add a 5-star red flag in the lower right corner for us. Then we click the Print Canvas on the right button, which can directly print a picture with 5-star red flag into the picture area below us. Then, when we long press this picture, a prompt to save to the mobile phone will pop up. When we click Save to the mobile phone, he will save our picture to our mobile phone. Similarly, if we long press the picture, we can also choose to send it to a friend, and then when he chooses to send it to a friend, he can also receive such a picture with a red flag watermark. In addition, we can also click Upload Picture, and then select Upload Picture. We can choose shooting or photo album to take a shot. Then we can take a picture casually here, click OK, and it will generate a new picture. Then, if we click a Print Canvas here, it will take the picture we just took or uploaded, and become a new head portrait of Zhang Xuanqin, and then we can also save it to the mobile phone or send it to friends, and then this is the effect of an application we are going to make. Okay, now we will start to explain how to complete such an application step by step in feature. First, let's go back to our program of printing canvas. We can modify our UI a little bit so we can complete a production of our whole case. Let's first adjust the canvas above the front to make it a square canvas. Let's give you an integer, that's 250, that's 250. Then let's adjust the red flag a little and adjust it to a position in the lower right corner. Let's try not to be wrong in this proportion. The red flag can't be wrong in proportion, and then the same what kind of circle we don't need, and then we don't need such a text. What do we need? Is there a picture at the bottom? So here we add another picture widget to put it over. Then here we can directly set the X of the picture to 0 and Y to 0. The width and height make it occupy the whole canvas, so it is 250-250. Then, let it be under our red flag. Next, there are two buttons below. One is not only our print canvas, but also what is our uploaded picture, right? So here we add another button called our upload. Similarly, if he clicks such an upload button, he should trigger an effect of our upload, so here we go to add an event for such a button. How to upload it when it is clicked? As we said before, generally speaking, we use such a series of files related. What interface do we use for uploading and downloading? Yes, we will choose the action in our file interface. What is his action? We upload a picture. Please note that when we upload a picture, the path here, size, compression width and height, can be selected according to your needs. But you should pay attention to this point, that is, do we want to use WeChat interface? Generally speaking, if we do a picture preview in our WeChat, we'd better open such a WeChat interface, because in this case, he will use a WeChat native interface to help us carry out a transmission, and the pop-up selection box is also a common selection box in our WeChat, so here we will determine whether it uses the WeChat interface or not. Just check yes. Then when it's uploaded, what are we going to do? Is it possible to make a copy of such a picture in our case? We set a picture address and a picture address for it, which is a URL for uploading the picture. In this way, we have completed the first step, which is to use our WeChat interface for an upload. Here we can preview to see an effect. When we click to upload, we will find a picture to upload, so that we can upload such a daily circle. Then when we click to print, we can see such a donut and the 5-star red flag. After uploading, we still have one thing, that is, we press it for a long time. At this time, we need to send such a material to others. Here, in order to look good, we also change this material into a square material. We need to send it to others or save it to the mobile phone when we long press it. What do we use at this time? We can see that there is such an option on the left, called long press to save it in WeChat. We just need to check such an option when this picture is sent to Chamon. It will automatically trigger a series of events such as Chamon recognition, Chamon preservation, and Chamon sending. Then let's choose a shooting effect here. Here we can shoot casually, and we can see that such an effect appears. We choose a print here, and the following picture occupies an effect of such a picture below us. Let's check our picture. It will pop up our picture, send it to friends, and save it to mobile phone collection, search cancel, and so on. A series of buttons. We can use some of these functions to save or share a picture. What's the beauty of this feature? Are we still unable to get one of our avatars? So how can we get one of our users' avatars or nicknames? There are at least 3 ways to get users' avatars and nicknames in our HeCode. Here, I'll teach you the first and most basic method of using WeChat interface. With your in-depth study, we will have more methods to teach you, and you can also learn freely. Then next, let's complete the one to obtain the WeChat nickname avatar. First of all, if we want to get a WeChat avatar or nickname, the first thing we need to do is to add a WeChat widget. Of course, this is not necessary. In our method, we use this method to be the simplest, so we add a WeChat official account widget here, which is equivalent to that we can finally get the user nickname. The name and avatar are used to initiate an authorization to the user through the interface provided by WeChat official account. When the user authorizes us to obtain an avatar or nickname, we can obtain an avatar or nickname. Therefore, since the user authorization is required, we need to configure it here. We select an interface configuration on the configuration side, and we can find that there is a picture in the configuration of WeChat official account, and you need to check yes on the nickname side, and then you need to open the authorization here. When you complete such authorization, you can write a configuration name randomly, and you need to click Save to save it. Can complete the step of obtaining avatar nickname. Pay attention, say it again. We must turn on authorization in our configuration interface, and check yes for the initial access to the nickname of the avatar, and then on such a basis, we can use event to access the user's avatar or nickname. There are many events that can be done here. For example, when the page is displayed on our side, what do? We go through our WeChat official account widget to get the user's personal information, and get the current account information here. When the authorization is successful, we will set the image address of such a picture in our canvas to set the image address. We can see that if the acquisition is successful, there is an account information below what is interest. It is also our association parameter. This is because we use the action of getting the current account information, so we can get an account information here. So here we choose a user portrait in the account information, so we complete a basic function of getting the current user portrait. Then we preview to see one of them 2 effects. You can see, very quickly it will get an effect of our avatar, and then we can directly select a print to get such a picture effect. But I don't know if any students found out that the avatar we obtained is actually very paste. Why is it so paste? Here is a simple explanation for you. This pod is actually due to such a restriction on WeChat. We can see we can go to see part of the content written in WeChat web page authorization. We keep turning down. When we turn to a parameter obtained here, we can see the user's avatar here among the three parameters. The last value represents the size of a square. It has a very many series of parameters to choose, and the resolution it gives us by default is very, very low. Therefore, as long as we change the last parameter, we can make our avatar very high definition. So how to change it? In fact, we need to use a little bit of our grammar this time. This is a point replace grammar. We just need to change 132 of it to 0. So we can change the 132 part of the connection to a 0 by using the comma bar in front of it, and then t's 0. So let's add such a part to it. Let's go back to our editor, and make a point here. It's similar to wrap, and then put a bracket in it. Then here is the $132 bar, and then add 1 a comma is 0, so it is okay. Then please note that all the symbols here are in English. Don't make mistakes in the input method. After we modify this part, let's have a preview to see the effect. We can see that what we have obtained now, the head image must be much clearer than the head image just now. Then, let's click a print again. Then, we can get a high definition image, and then we long press it to send it to our friends, or save it to our mobile phone, etc. Then such a print canvas, or even a 5-star red flag we give you, such a case will be done. In fact, there are many such practices. In our marketing interaction, for example, others give me a Christmas hat, add a corner sign to my WeChat, etc. They are actually done according to such a method, which is very simple and easy to form a popular method. So how to increase his creativity? Let's finish it by ourselves. The above is the whole content of this section. Thank you for watching.